Today on NewsCenter, get an inside look at ADUC's renovation. See some of the opportunities available to students at the career fair.
And hear from Coach Jamie Gordon about the MSU volleyball team. All this and more on NewsCenter.
Joining us, I'm Jack Cottle.
And I'm Eden Jordan. Here's what's making headlines for October 5th, 2017.
President Morgan and Mayor Jim Tom Trent held an open forum after a vandalism that took place on North Wilson last week. The vandalism was of racial slurs on an MSU student's house during the open forum. The president and mayor were joined by the chief of police, the chief diversity officer, and 2 MSU students. President Morgan opened the forum with his official statement. Our university and local community will not tolerate any form of discrimination under any circumstance. Both the mayor and I, as respective leaders of these communities, agree that it will not be tolerated on this campus or in this community, and we will know about it. It will be dealt with swift action, just like it was this past weekend. MSU stands for student success, and it always will. Today we stand with our students in support, no matter who they are or where they come from. I repeat, we support our students.
Morehead State held their annual Browning Orchard Festival Sunday. Josh Bryan is on the scene to tell us more.
I'm outside of Morehead State's 6th annual Browning Orchard Festival. Mindy Hiley, Bob Browning, and Betsy Puckett met with NewsCenter to tell us all about the farm and everything that it represents in the community.
We are really excited to be at the Browning Orchard again this year. This is an annual tradition, and we have a good partnership between the Office of Alumni Relations and Development and the Agricultural Department. We work together to make this festival happen every year for the community. Each year we have on average about 2,000 guests come out and join us during this 4-hour period on a Sunday afternoon. So it's a great gathering of friends and neighbors celebrating all things MSU.
I see the festival as a way for people to connect to the past, as well as showing how the university is being a steward of land here and preserving farm heritage. As far as the connection to the past, people for generations have been coming up to Browning Orchard for one reason or another. I overheard a couple of people talking about growing up not too far and always coming up the hill and seeing either the Hesters or the Humphreys or even our grandparents, and being able to come here every fall to be able to purchase apples.
The Browning Orchard Festival will continue to connect our community to the past and bring joy to all who come to visit it for many years to come. I'm Josh Bryant reporting for NewsCenter.
The 19th annual Cave Run Storytelling Festival was held last weekend, attracting storytellers from around the world. The event, directed by Connie Spence Ackerman for a 3rd year, was held on the shore of Cave Run Lake at Twin Knobs Campground, where speakers such as Antonio Rocha, Donald Davis, and Linda Gorham performed. Student members of the Rowan County Senior High School speech and debate team also took the stage at the festival. 2-time Grammy Award-winning Bill Harley was also in attendance, who told a story about his struggle running the Boston Marathon. He has been performing at the festival for 5 years now. Many students lately have had questions about how to pay for the university's clinic. NewsCenter reporter Holly McClurkin spoke with Dr. Shannon Smith Stevens to clarify the clinic's policies. Holly?
I'm standing in front of Allie Young Hall, where Morehead State University's clinic is located. The clinic offers health services and counseling services to students in need. Lately, there have been some questions about the payment policies of the clinic, and I spoke to the director to get some of those questions answered.
About 6 years ago, we actually started collecting insurance and billing insurance for students who have insurance. And essentially, though, whatever their insurance paid is what the clinic was able to accept. Anything else was written off because there used to be a student health fee as part of MSU's tuition. Now, for students who didn't have insurance, yes, office visits were free. Still, if they had some laboratory testing, if they had immunizations, some certain specific things that there was still a cost for. But as far as coming to see one of the healthcare providers, if you didn't have insurance, that cost was going to be free. You weren't going to pay anything. So now, if a student has insurance, we're just like going to any other primary care clinic. If the insurance demands that they pay a a copay, we have to accept we have to take the copay. We collect the copay at the time of service, and they're seen. And then if there's any type of a balance bill, they're billed for whatever the insurance doesn't cover. For students who don't have any kind of insurance, we offer a sliding fee option.
If you have any further questions, you can go on to the clinic's webpage at Morehead State University's website, or you can contact the clinic directly. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Holly McClurkin.
Many are dead after an event that occurred Sunday night. A gunman on a high floor of a Las Vegas hotel rained a rapid-fire barrage on an outdoor concert festival. Las Vegas Police Department confirmed nearly 60 people were killed and more than 500 others were injured. The alleged shooter, identified by police as a 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, is dead. This has been ruled as the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history.
Hey guys, so as I'm sure you know, it's been pretty warm for the past couple of weeks.
It sure has.
Mid to low 80s for the most part. Being here, it looks like we're finally going to get some actual fall weather. As the week progresses, it is going to start cooling down, especially into next week.
Ooh.
Yes, lots of
So time
fun.
to break out the sweaters?
Not quite yet, but very, very close. It's going to be a lot cooler over into fall break, which is coming up this next week. And if we will take a look at our live Doppler radar, we're going to see that there is not much precipitation right now, but it is north of Kentucky right now, and we are going to be seeing it around Sunday into Tuesday.
What will this mean for our football game this Saturday?
Well, there are likely thunderstorms, so if you are planning on attending it, it is probably going to rain, so I would bring a hoodie or an umbrella.
Thanks, Sahara. We'll take a look at the extended weather forecast a bit later. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Looking for somewhere to test your true benching ability? In need of your own rack to squat? Don't feel like running outside in muggy weather and just want a place where you can get good cardio without having to go very far? Come out to our recreational center. Hours and job offerings are available on mymorehead.com.
The Kentucky Center for Traditional Music attended the International Bluegrass Music Association exposition last week in Raleigh, North Carolina. Booths for record companies, instrument sales, and bluegrass groups gather at the Raleigh Convention Center, and the KCTM students advocated for the traditional music program here at MSU. The Trailblazer has the story.
Set up and we all sit and we promote the university.
Oh, what you got, I'm coming home, baby. Oh, what you got, and it don't mean maybe gonna think again about it. And I'm on my way.
We sit and we work on, we can work on our stuff while we're here, but we have to promote the university. So if we're jamming, we have to stop and talk to people that come by. And so it's kind of a stressful situation, but it's really fun.
So squeeze yourself real good and tight. I'll be home before daylight. Oh, what you got, I'm coming home to stay. Well, oh, what you got, I'm coming home, baby. Oh, what you got, and it don't mean maybe better thinking about it. And I'm on my way. I don't sell the house on that corner. Stay there, honey, right where you are. And oh, what you got, I'm coming home to stay.
It's a very tight-knit community. If we didn't have this, I don't think we would be as close as we are.
After a devastating fire on Tuesday, an MSU fraternity stepped up to the plate to help a member in need. The fire was caused by a clothes dryer at a student Drew Henthorne's family home in Fleming, Ohio. When Henthorne's fraternity learned of the house fire, they contacted MSU Greek Life and began collecting supplies for the family. Theta Chi is currently hosting a drive, collecting clothes, household items, toiletries, and any supplies that could be useful for the Henthorne family. $2,000 has already been raised to aid in the recovery. Any donations for the Henthorne family can be dropped off at the Theta Chi house behind the Space Science Center. Every semester, Career Services hosts a career fair to give students the chance to meet employers face-to-face. The event was held this Tuesday in the Laughlin Health Building.
I'm standing outside of Laughlin Auditorium, where this semester's career fair is taking place.
We have our career fair going on today. It's employers and graduate programs here on campus wanting to meet with Morehead State students and alumni. We've got 92 organizations here, which is about the size that it's been in the past, and they're making some good connections.
I think that events like this are instrumental in helping students. They've been in the classroom, they've been studying, they've been focusing on what goes on in the classroom, but when it comes to actually going out into the real world, it's a little bit different to see how their focus is and what it is that makes their business unique and special. That is just such a wonderful opportunity for the students, and so we welcome the opportunity to engage with students and let them know what we're all about Lowe's, as I'm sure all of the different businesses welcome that opportunity as well.
We've actually met several students who are not just freshmen but are upperclassmen who say, I really don't know what I want to do. And I think this is great because there's 80 some employers here and they're getting all different fields and all different kinds of jobs. So I'm really sad that I sloughed this off and didn't come to one of these when I was here. And so now looking back going, this is a great opportunity for students.
Yeah, we have met at least a half dozen that said, I'm graduating in December or May. I really don't know what it is I want to do. But one thing I also told them was, it's senior year. You better start to focus in on what it is you want to do because you have to have a game plan, and that's what coming to college prepares you for, is a game plan. And coming to these, you can kind of zero in on some ideas that you may not have thought of before.
I did. I had the opportunity to attend a career fair a few years ago. Unfortunately, Regent was not a part of that career fair, but it did give me an opportunity to dialogue with many of the companies that I see back here again today. And it gave you a sense of what is available out there to you. Even if you don't necessarily find a job, it gives you an opportunity to dialogue and get some real-world experience with employers.
If you wasn't able to come out to the career fair, you can always stop by Career Services to get help with your resume. Reporting for NewsCenter, this is Jacob Valerio.
President Donald Trump visited Puerto Rico yesterday to have a meeting with the governor of Puerto Rico, Ricardo Rosello. This meeting was over disaster aid, but turned into a miscommunication on the disaster, leading to hurt feelings on Puerto Rico's behalf. President Trump compared their disaster to that of Hurricane Katrina in 2005 and suggested that the proposed relief budget was too much given the amount of damage. The United States government was also criticized for a slow response to the storm, while President Trump graded the response team with an A+. Catalonia prepares for its move for independence from Spain this coming Monday. This past Sunday, Catalonia held an open referendum that was banned by the leaders of Spain. The referendum was in regards to their movement towards independence. The referendum was met with a violent police crackdown which may have negatively affected the Spanish government and aided the movement towards independence of Catalonia. After the referendum was held and 90% voted in favor of independence, Catalonia is making preparations to move on Monday to declare independence.
After the break, Sahara LaForce has your extended weather forecast for the week.
And we take an inside look at the aqueduct renovations. Don't go away.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
Kind of makes you want to...
Breaking a song?
Yeah? I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest.
I love when the Eagles play.
I love the campus.
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada. I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Yo, why you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Good evening. I'm Sahar LaForce, and Moorhead, this is your weather. Currently in Moorhead, we have a high of 81 degrees, and right now it's 80 degrees, so it started to cool down going into the night. But in the morning, it was pretty chilly, but towards the afternoon, it was pretty hot. It is partly cloudy today with humidity of 45% and winds of 2 miles per hour. Make sure not to blow away. Now for the record temperatures. The record high for this time of year is 91 degrees in 1922, and the low was 27 degrees in 1987. Now our high for today is pretty close to the record high, but it's about 10 degrees off, so we aren't quite there yet. Our low today is significantly higher than the record low of 27, so we're not really close to winter weather at all going into the first part of autumn. The normal high for this time of year is 73 degrees with a normal low of 49 degrees. We are significantly higher than the normal high as well as the normal low, but we are going to be getting towards that towards the end of next week. Now for a look at our live Doppler radar. You will see precipitation over in the northern states right above Kentucky. But unless you are in the very topmost part of Kentucky, you will probably not be seeing any sort of rain, any sort of precipitation. We will be seeing that later on in the week, but tonight you will not be seeing any. Now for a look at our temperature map. It is 83 degrees in Paducah, 81 in Bowling Green, 79 in Frankfort and Lexington, and 80 degrees in Moorhead. Now for a look at tonight's forecast. It is going to be partly cloudy with a low of 59 degrees, so a little bit chilly, not quite into the cold weather yet, but for the most part, you could just get by with some jeans and a t-shirt. Maybe bring a jacket if you are stuck traveling outside tonight. There's a 10% chance of precipitation that we probably won't be seeing. Sunset is at 7:10 p.m. Now for a look at tomorrow's forecast. It is also going to be partly cloudy with a high of 84 degrees with sunrise being at 7:34 a.m. Now for a look at our 7-day forecast. It is going to be in the mid to low 80s for the rest of this week, going into the mid to low 70s throughout the rest of the week with the low of a high of 69 on Wednesday. Now that's your weather for the week. Let's go back to the desk for our NewsCenter Spotlight.
Students have the opportunity to tour and experience the progression of Adrian Doran University Center's renovation.
NewsCenter spoke with Shayla Ring to get an update on how progress is going and what is to come.
So one of the really interesting things that we're doing with all of our new projects, we did it with Andrews Hall and we wanted to do it with ADEC as well, is to bring students, to bring faculty, staff, and to bring community members into the construction so that they get to see the progress, not just the finished product, because it's a really important aspect of we're creating history right now, and we want to include our students especially in that. It will be complete in fall of 2018. We are 60% complete. We broke ground in August of 2016. We are right on schedule. We are moving along right now. They are putting in steel beams to complete the roofing so that they'll be under roof and they can work all winter to keep us on track. One of the things a lot of people are excited about is the sports pub because it's a very laid back atmosphere. We're going to have a lot of new technology, so there will be over 90 televisions. There will be conference rooms that people can utilize. There's going to be a tech lounge for students to do video conferencing and group work. So it's just a state-of-the-art building that we want to provide to our students.
For more information about scheduling a tour in ADEC, you can contact the Marketing and Communications Manager for Facilities Management.
When we come back, Bailey has your Eagle Athletics update. Stick around.
Hey new MSU student, where are you off to in such a hurry?
I gotta head back to my dorm to make lunch before my next class.
Well, what if I told you there's a place that serves Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Jump Asian Express, and the kitchen, and so much more?
Well, jeepers, mister, that sure would be swell, but where would a place like that be?
Welcome to 3rd Street Eats. It's open Monday through Thursdays, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Fridays, they're open only till 4 p.m.
Mister, how am I supposed to pay for this food when I don't have any cash on me?
You can use Beaker Bucks, Flex, or your meal plan.
I'd like to use a meal, please. Thanks for showing me around 3rd Street, mister. This place is swell.
You're welcome, but oh wait. There you go. Now you're ready to take on the rest of your week. Go Eagles!
Connecting you with employers and graduate programs. Get info to launch your career now. Turning you into a professional. Focus on professional development. Start your job or internship now. Let Career Services help you separate yourself from the crowd. Develop into an expert candidate. Career Services is here to help. Build a network. Hands-on workshop. Career Services, turning you into a professional.
Welcome back. I'm Bailey Kellum with your Eagle Athletics update. The Morehead State football team lost their first conference game 38-0 over the weekend against Campbell University. Redshirt junior quarterback Lawson Page finished the game with 184 passing yards off of 17 completions with 2 interceptions. With his first career start, freshman safety Star Hutcherson led the Eagles' defense with 11 tackles. The Eagles will get back into action this Saturday as they host Butler University at 1 o'clock. Following a 1-1 weekend, the MSU volleyball team is preparing for the upcoming rival games this week against EKU and Murray State.
You've got to balance what we need to work on our side of the net, yet also be mindful of the preparation of our opponent. And we've got 2 really good opponents coming up. You've got EKU, who runs a really strong 6-2. They've got a balanced offense, so it's not like we can key on any one particular player. They do a very good job of taking care of the ball, especially in out-of-system situations. Our ability to defend some of that off-speed and turn them into transitional points will be important for us. Plus the serve-pass game, really for both opponents, is really key. They both serve pretty aggressive. We're going to put a lot of pressure on us. Murray State in specific serves a much deeper ball, so it's something that we're not typically used to seeing in our gym. And then just the part of having two rivals, probably the EKU and Murray State are the biggest rivals within the conference for us, and heading on the road and playing in those venues is always a challenge as well.
After the break, we'll have more news. Stick around.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Is Love, a rock and roll tribute to 1967 concert, will be hosted for the first time by the Morehead State University's Commercial Music Rock Ensemble. The concert will be directed by Professor Glenn Ginn and will be performed by MSU students. Tickets can be purchased at the door for $5, and MSU students can get in free with their MSU ID. The concert will be held at the Morehead Conference Center on October 24th at 6:30 p.m.
Fall is finally among us. With that comes all sorts of family fun activities. Just 40 minutes from campus sits White Oak Pumpkin Patch.
We have a pumpkin patch where we do hay rides, train rides. We have a petting zoo. We grow over 60 varieties of pumpkins, squash, gourds, hay, straw, and fodder. Well, the first year we sold pumpkins over there on the front porch on a hay wagon. And then the second year we had 3 tire swings and like 2 picnic tables, and we did maybe 5 field trips. And then the next year is when things really, we expanded and built the playground and things like that. So every year we try to add a few new activities, and everybody takes a hayride, and most everyone gets a pumpkin. The kids love painting the pumpkins. Just come see us. We're open every single day, Monday through Sunday, or Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7, Sunday, 1 to 7.
Morehead State Public Radio has announced the return of Audio Visions. The program will air Thursdays from 8 until 10 p.m. The program will feature independent artists, local music, and events. The first hour will feature more Americana and alternative rock music, and the second hour will include 70s and 80s punk. The hosts for the show will be Arlo Barnett and Jacob Lindberg.
Every year, students in the Department of Music, Theater, and Dance get the chance to show off what they've learned throughout the year. Professors get to experience the creations of their students, but this time students got to experience the work of their professors. Live music could be heard last night in Baird Music Hall, coming from a faculty recital.
Souvenirs from Paris, a faculty recital performed by Matthew Taylor and William Murphy, was held last night, inviting students and the public to the experience.
Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I am absolutely overjoyed and delighted to share some beautiful cream puffs with you tonight.
The recital was not only a timeless experience, but also quite informative.
Elise Hall was a Boston socialite. Old family money and new family money coalesced to create this incredible creature. Her husband, who was a physician, suggested after she started to lose her hearing that perhaps she should take up the saxophone.
That'll be it for us tonight. Remember, your news is always on NewsCenter's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages.
And you can catch this broadcast again on msutv.net.
On behalf of everyone here at NewsCenter, I'm Jack Carl.
And I'm Eden Jordan. Have a good evening and a lovely fall break.